Hey everyone, it is Wednesday and I am here with my longtime business partner JJ, Sully, and we wanted to share some information with people out there in network marketing that may or may not have been struggling or have went through a lot like I have personally in this past year and want to get better conversions in their career. And so JJ and I want to share some really good information with you guys. So JJ.
Okay, so first of all, if you're unplugged, so to speak, from the matrix and you're interested in making money online, congratulations. That's the first step, is wanting to do something differently. But it's very important, and I want to briefly throw it back to Betony real quick because she has a really good reason why. So what is your reason why? Think about it while you're listening to her story of why she is involved in network marketing and working from home.
Well, I started because I had become in a position where my health totally changed. And I had lost my second dad in one lifetime, and I had went through a really bad divorce, and my health had totally changed. I had went from being healthy to not having no control over the muscles in my body. But I had a child to take care of, and I've always been independent and working. And so it was no excuses for me. And so I had to find a way to be able to take care of my child, along with, a debilitating disease that I was suffering through. And so thankfully, I ran into a really good mentor that introduced me to network marketing. And it was a way for me to deal with my health conditions and also make a living working from home. And I've been able to do it full time ever since.
That's great. So I want to talk to you. When I asked you to ask for a reason why, it's very important to know your reason why or to figure it out. But I love this quote. It's one of my favorite quotes, and it says, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." And that's very important. Because as you know, retirement goes down every year. It's less and less every year, and even though we paid the same amount into it, and everybody who's already retired has paid the same amount into it, it's continuing to be lowered, and it may disappear. So there's a reason to find your reason why, and there's a reason to make money, to be able to make money while you sleep without putting in 40 hours a week, as in most of us do. If you could play the video, this is another reason, because there could be a run on banks, and this is if you don't know, banks steal your money, steal everybody's money. This is nothing new, and this is nothing that isn't worldwide. It's been happening for hundreds of years. So if you could play that video, I'd really appreciate it, Becky.
Okay.
This should make you angry, by the way. She's going to have to share her screen, too, so just give us a moment, folks.
I keep on forgetting that. Hold on one second.
I got you back. So while she's doing that, I want to, it looks like she's got it. Okay, that's great. All right, whenever you're ready, Benny.
What I want to do in this video is give an overview of how money is created in most market-based economies, and even a little bit of a discussion of what really is money. And we can go into much more depth in future videos, and I already have gone into much more technical depth. In most market-based economies right now, there is a central bank. It's essentially the actor. They do many things. They often will be a regulatory agency as well. But their main role is to have the right to print money, to put that money into circulation. And I'll rely heavily on the model of the US. And that central bank, that's hard to read. The central bank in some countries is formally part of the government. In other countries, it's pseudo-independent. In the US, it's more of a pseudo-independent flavor of a central bank, although obviously closely connected with the government. The US Federal Reserve, a lot of the leaders are appointed by the government. Its excess profits go back to the government, and so obviously it has very close ties to the government. But when the central bank decides to print money, it literally can just create it. It can literally print physical money, or it can create electronic money, which has the same exact effect. So let's say the central bank, it goes out there and it prints 3, and we'll just focus on the physical right now. It's a little bit easier to conceptualize. And it just goes out there and it prints 3 physical dollar bills. So now it has to figure out, how does it get it into circulation? How does it get it into the economy? And it does not just put it into a helicopter and drop it from that helicopter. Sometimes, in certain circumstances, it can lend this directly. It can lend this directly to banks, certain types of banks, member banks. But the typical way that this enters circulation is that the central bank will use this newly created money, this newly created reserves, I should say, to go out into the open market and buy securities. And they typically buy very safe securities, typically government debt. So they will go out there and they will put this into circulation. And in exchange, they are buying securities from the open market. So then these securities from the open market will go to the central bank. So these are securities, or maybe we could call them bonds. And once they do that, then whoever had these before, whoever was the owner of these securities before, they just sold them. Now they have these dollar bills, and they could either directly spend those dollar bills, or they could deposit those dollar bills in a bank. If they spend the dollar bills, then whoever they gave those dollar bills to at some point would want to deposit in a bank. So some way, by buying these securities, someone now has these dollar bills, and they will deposit them in a private bank. So let's draw that. So right over here is a private bank. And now it has the dollar bills. It has these reserves now. It has the reserves. Now, that's not the end of the story. This money can now be lent. And this is key, because this is what's typical in most market economies, where they have fractional reserve lending. So fractional reserve lending, which is a bit strange, because you are telling the person who just deposited this money right here that you can go at any time and you can take this money out. We've got this money for you. You can trust us. You don't have to be paranoid about what's going on with this money. But the reality is that this bank is allowed to keep only a fraction of these reserves and lend the rest of it out. In order for the system to not be super fragile, the central bank then also insures these banks, but we'll talk about that into more depth. And here, I just want to show you how the money is created in this fractional reserve lending system. So this bank right over here says, well, I have to keep a little bit of these reserves in case that guy comes. The probability of all of my customers coming on the same day and asking for all of their money is low. I just have to keep a little bit for whoever does come, and then the rest of it I can lend out, even though I promised everyone that all of their money is available. And so they lend it out to whoever needs to borrow that money, who looks like a decent risk. And those people might not spend it immediately, and so they would deposit it into a bank, or they might spend that money immediately. They buy a factory, or they buy a car, or they do something with it, and whoever they bought that new thing from, those people now have the money, and they will deposit it into a bank. And so this newly lent money will then end up in perhaps another bank. It could even be the same bank. So that will also end up in a bank right over here. Now this bank, it can also only keep a fraction of the reserves and lend out the rest. And for simplicity, in most banking systems, they only have to keep 10, on the order of about 10% of the reserves in-house, and the rest they can lend out. But over here, I'm keeping much larger reserves just for the sake of making it easy to draw this diagram. So this bank right over here, maybe it decides to keep this dollar bill and it could lend this one right over here out. And once again, when it lends that dollar bill, it will end up somehow, the person they lend it to might keep it in a bank temporarily, or they might immediately buy something. And when they buy something, it will eventually end up in a bank because the person they bought something from will deposit that money. And so it could end up in another bank. It could end up in another bank. And now this is interesting, and in future videos we'll go into more of the math of exactly how much money is being created. It's an interesting mathematical problem. Actually, it's a sum of an infinite series and all of that. And you can look that up if you're interested in those ideas. But the basic idea here is even though the central bank printed 3 units of base money, $3 right over here, there's a lot more money in the system. You have this guy who made this deposit thinks he has $3. This person thinks they have 2. This person thinks they have 1. So just in this example over here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $6. So just right here, we have $6 in this system. $6. And you might say, well, is this really money? You know, this is deposited. This guy thinks he has it, but he's not using it. If he had to use it, he would have to withdraw it, and then the bank wouldn't be able to do this. And this is where checking accounts are really important. I'm assuming that these were on-demand checking accounts. So this guy, the reason why he's not going to withdraw this money is he can still use it as money by writing checks. So if this guy, let's say this is all the money that he has, and he decides that he really needs to buy an apple, and that apple costs $1. And that apple costs $1. So this is my drawing of an apple right over here. He does not have to withdraw this dollar out of the bank. He can write a check. So right now he has claims to all 3 of these dollars. He can write a check to the apple vendor. So $1, $1. He writes a check, gives it to the apple vendor, and now he'll get the apple. So this check is acting as money, and now the apple vendor will have the rights to one of these dollars right over here. And now the apple vendor could write a check. So this dollar never has to leave the banking system, but because of checks, is essentially enabling this check writing. It's enabling these transactions to occur. So it's still enabling. You can view it as it's still acting in some forms of money because the rights to it can change, even though it's sitting out in here and it's been lent. Or you can say that it's enabling the writing of checks that are acting as some form of money. And the whole reason I want to do this, I'm going through this exercise, is to show you that the amount of money in circulation isn't really in the central banks, or not directly in the central bank's control. They can definitely decide, hey, I'm going to print money, buy securities, put it into circulation, or if they want to take money out of circulation, they can decide to sell these securities, and then when they sell the securities, maybe this guy will buy them, those dollars will go back to the central bank, and maybe they could put it out of the region. You have this whole effect right over here. If you have more lending occurring, if the banks are feeling very confident, then more of this will happen. You will get more of this, I think, the multiplier effect of this lending. And if less lending is happening, then you could potentially see all of this contract.
So basically, banks have the license to create money. For every $100, it's really about $1,000 that are created for every $100 you put in the bank. And then the banks have the audacity to tell you can't borrow money because you're not a qualified lender. So, yeah, it's a crazy system.
Yep.
And one of the things that drew me to Betony Dominique is because she's a real person, and she's not one of the sharks that are out there that basically goes from program to program, trying to take your money and then just abandons you after she's made all her money, and then goes to the next thing. And it's a repeating process with some of these marketers that are out there. It's not like stay in this program and we're going to add another source of income. It's just that basically the program is dropped. And that really bothers me. So that's one of the reasons I was attracted to Betony Dominique, because I could tell she was a real person and that really cared about me. And that's the people I've been gravitating towards, not the big marketers that that can show a lot of money. I mean, I could go right now to my bank and take out a couple $1,000s and flash it. Doesn't mean I made it, online,
Yeah.
So you had a program or two you were going to show us?
Yeah. Like, over my network marketing career, I've always been so hesitant to push another business on to people that I work with, because I felt like when I first came into network marketing, my first person that I learned so much from, I felt like they were just, okay. Resume share. Let's see. Trying to see new share. I'm still learning this. Okay, I felt like they were just pushing, you know, more products and more businesses onto me, even though, you know, I felt like it was helping my career. As a single parent, you know, you're limited on what you can spend. And even though I was able to then, because I was getting such amazing results in my career, I feel like when people came into network marketing, I felt hesitant on them spending so much of their money on businesses after businesses after businesses. And I just felt like they were asking me to spend so much money, even though it was helping my career. And so I never pushed like email marketing and landing pages and autoresponders to people, because I've always been the person in my team that went way too above and beyond. And I did not take off the training wheels when it came to people and force them to take control over their network marketing career. But what I have learned is that I've taken on too much responsibility in my network marketing career, and I did not push people to take off the training wheels like I should have. And so what I have been thinking about, you know, in this past year, while my daughter's health declined so much, is that I can't put that weight of the world on my shoulders anymore. I have to force people to take control over their network marketing career so that I can get the type of results that I deserve, and they can get the type of results that they deserve in their network marketing career. And so this is one of the businesses that I have used and gotten such amazing results. And what I was telling you earlier is that they have added so much in these last few years of the products for such an amazing low price. Like, it's still, like, even when I first started, it was only $50 a month. And people are able to get residual income from it on top of that. And so what you get for just $50 a month, you get landing page tools, and it's like a drag and drop page builder, and you get all like pre-made marketing videos. Like, if you're not ready to dump that comfort zone and get on videos like me and JJ are, even though you will get better conversions because people join people, they have amazing marketing videos that you can put in your funnels. If you're too scared to get on camera, they have amazing videos that get people really good conversions in their funnels. And they have a URL shortener, and they have like A/B testing where you can like test out different funnels at the same time to see which one gets you better conversions. And they have also added CRM. If people are not sure what that is, it's a tool to help with your landing pages, and it works with your phone. And with the CRM app, you see both inbound and outbound caller information. And if they're your contact in your CRM, you'll get push notifications when new contacts are added from your landing pages and know to reach out to them as soon as possible. and that's going to help you with conversions. And one of the newer things they have added is email autoresponder. And people have no idea that that is one of the tools that helps you in getting the amazing results in your network marketing career. Another thing that they have added is the xMas broadcaster. And if you went out there and priced how much it is just by itself, there's so many companies that are charging people like an arm and a leg just to do xMas broadcasting. And so like 95% of texts are read within the first few minutes of being sent. And like JJ has been working with another company that he was testing out with xMas, and he was getting crazy results from that. And they have added that to the Conversion Pros. And I'm just blown away, and I can't wait for me and JJ to test this even more in this company, because people read their text messages so much faster than they do like emails. I know like majority of the time when I get a text, people can reach me faster than if they try to hit me up on the inbox or send me an email. And you're also able to like send out invoices with this. And I've done so much different things in my network marketing career where I have used like PayPal to send people invoices, but this is just another tool inside of the Conversion Pros that you can use to get paid. Like if you want to go out there and use this service to make landing pages for people, because there's a lot of people that are not technical and they don't know how to do it, you can build landing pages for people and send out an invoice for them and have an additional stream of income. So this is a really, really good tool to help people build their lists and get more conversions in their career.
Can I add something real quick?
Sure.
It's I'm sure most of you have heard of the, especially depending if you're in the United States, about the gold rush days. It's very important to note that the people that were making the most money weren't the ones panhandling, with the pans, hunched over in the rivers and whatever it was, trying the streams, trying to get, or in the, or in a mine, trying to, pan for gold. The people that were making the real money were the people that were selling the picks and the axes and the stuff that you need, the tools that you need. You could spend a whole bunch of money on an autoresponder. You could spend a whole bunch of money on ClickFunnels, et cetera, et cetera. And this is a one-stop shop for almost everything you need, for $50 a month. And not only that, but you can use that as your income stream. You could just bring people to the Conversion Pros. I believe they still have even a free 7-day trial so people can try it out, because they're so confident that they have. Here's $20 for an autoresponder. Here's $100 for the funnels. You could go on and on, but instead you can go to this one place and get everything you need. Go ahead, Betony.
Yep. And I know I've researched so many other companies, and what JJ had brought up, at ClickFunnels, it's twice as much
$100.
as the Conversion Pros. And to me, it looks like it's so technical. And with the Conversion Pros, I have used it on my own without other people helping me build my funnels, and I was able to figure it out. And I am not the most technical person in the world. And so if I was able to figure it out, I know anybody. And it's so important to build your list in network marketing. Another company that I have been looking at is one that is, has started with bringing CBD to the company in their tea. And if people have done any research, like CBD is one of the highest growing industries right now. It's like right up there with Bitcoins as far as going into like 2020. That's going to like explode. And so a friend of mine that I worked with in the past had came to me and let me know how they were adding CBD to their product that helped me with my health back like years ago. And so I've suffered with fibromyalgia since 2007. And it's a debilitating disease. And it's like I would not wish it on my worst enemy. And so to add it along with their products that I've used before, I'm blown away. And so I wanted to like educate people about like how amazing CBD is when it comes to people with fibromyalgia. And JJ knows several people who suffer with it also, and I know so many people who suffer with it. And what it is like educating yourself on natural ways to heal your body. I've gotten so much more benefits from the natural way than doctors trying to kill me with medications. And there is no medical claims when it comes to the, company that I'm talking about, but it's like me just sharing my story and sharing the story of the amazing results that other people have got with it also. So it's like, I know so many people try so many products from their doctors and everything. Why not give a natural product a chance? And you're also able to get residual income from this company also. And so, like I said, there's no medical claims when it comes to what I'm sharing with people. Like cannabis and fibromyalgia, there's been so many studies that's been conducted with the research. And one of them contains about the known effects that it helps with muscle pain and stiffness associated with fibromyalgia. And if you suffer with it, I know people know that in the morning times is the worst times for people that suffer with fibromyalgia. And so it's helped so many people with this and the different research studies that has been conducted. And so a lot of people might not know what people with fibromyalgia suffer with, but it's a chronic and painful syndrome. And basically you hurt everywhere all over your body. And like tenderness at specific, sites present for at least 3 months. That's when a person gets a diagnosis. And 93% of individuals receive medications. And 60% of those studies continue to report significant fatigue and non-generating sleep. And so if people don't know, when you do not get that sleep that resets your body, you're in so much more agony and pain. And so it primarily affects women, and 73 to 88% of cases. And the onset, some can recognize a single event or events that triggers the onset of fibromyalgia. And for me personally, the event that happened was the loss of my second father in one lifetime. I saw my dad's health just deteriorate before my eyes. And like I said, I suffered through a horrible divorce like 4 months after that. And so it was a horrible event in my life that I had to go through. And so an event that, like I just said, I shared that with you. Like my dad went through hospice, and I saw him get one leg amputated after another. And I helped my mother take care of my dad. And I was blessed enough to get so close with him over that time, but it was so much, it was so hard seeing my father go through that. And so like what I was telling you earlier, you know, my why is my daughter. And she's been fighting with, like over this past year, she had became septic. And I had almost lost my daughter's life. And so she had to wind up getting open heart surgery at 20 years old. And so that's my main why, that I do what I do, and sharing information with people so that they can have a better quality of life. This is a picture of her when she first came out of surgery. And it was the worst feeling of my life to see my daughter coming out of surgery and seeing, you know, knowing that her body was cracked open. And so I know that she needs the detox tea. I know that she needs the CBD. I know that she needs the nutrients and vitamins, because she's on a lot of medication, and she's going to be on a lot of medication for the rest of her life. She's going to need to see a cardiologist for the rest of her life. And it breaks my heart so much that she's now, you know, 21 years old, and she suffers with a lot of pain, just like I do. Because like I said, fibromyalgia is triggered by a debilitating event in your life. And just imagine going through being septic and open heart surgery. And because of part of the surgery failed her, she also had to have a permanent pacemaker put in. And so she's been through so much in this past year. And so that's why I fight so much to keep on finding more things that's all natural, because she has to take so much medication. On one point, I'd rather she put in something else that's natural into her body.
Can I add something real quick?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm sure all of you have seen commercials for this drug that solves this one problem. But if you watch the fine print at the end, they also say how many things it causes. So you're solving one problem, but you're causing 10 to 15 problems, including possible death. I mean, would I like to solve one problem or create 15 more?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. There's so many benefits from CBD oil, and the government has known about it for a long, long time and tried to, keep this away from us.
Yep. And like what people don't know is that CBD is not the part of weed that gets you high. It's the part that helps heal so many diseases and ailments that people suffer through. And like what JJ was saying, I've suffered through exactly what he was just talking about. Because when I first got diagnosed with fibromyalgia, I was lost. No one other than my aunt that's on my stepdad's side of the family had went through this. And so I was not educated on it. And my mother and my auntie, they was going through depression from the loss of my dad. They could not help me at the beginning. And so what I had to rely on is doctors. And they had me walking around like I was in a comatose type of state from all of the medication that they had put me on. And so when my friend who introduced me to this company, and she sent me out the tea, it was 6 days later from just drinking a detox tea that I felt like a completely new person. And so if people will take the time to put these harmful, medications into their system, it's like I urge people to test out a tea. And there's also the natural vitamins that gets into your bodies at, I think it's 96 or 98% absorption rate, because it's a liquid tea, and it's like eating 10 bowls of salad. Wow. And I know certainly it's like impossible to eat 10 bowls of salad. And this liquid vitamin is like, it changed my life. And I just feel so blessed that my friend has come back into my life, and she's helped me to get started back into this company. Because going through so much of what I've been through in this past year, I have not taken care of myself, because it was about saving my daughter's life. And that was my only priority in this past year, was making sure that she got past everything that she's been through. And so a lot of things that CBD helps with, it helps with in reducing the inflammation and the flare-ups that people suffer through. And it promotes a healthy, restful sleep. It eliminates migraines and headaches. And that's another thing that I suffered through back then. When I first had my daughter, I came diagnosed with something that's called pseudotumor cerebri. And I had debilitating migraines. Like, I had to go through a complications clinic my entire pregnancy, and I've had to have 4 eye surgeries because of it. And I have had to go to a neurologist since 1997. And so CBD helps to eliminate migraines and headaches. And it also helps with anxiety and fibro fog. And to describe that, what fibro fog is like, you will go into a room and you will forget why you walked into the room. And if you're a person that's in your 30s like me, a person should not be going through that at such a young age. And even if you're in your 40s or your 50s, or if you've ever lost a parent, like a grandparent like myself, I lost one of my grandparents to Alzheimer's. I didn't want anyone to have to suffer through that. And it also reduces IBS symptoms. And so this is just like a suggested amount of what people should take as far as the CBD limits. And you can pause the video and you can look at what the suggested amount for a person should be as far as CBD. And what I was talking about was like a new report forecast that $40 billion is the global cannabis market for, going into 2024. That's a lot of money that's going to explode people's income. And so I just want to be able to help people, to bless them to get into a company that they can make residual income and like improve their health at the same time. JJ.
I wanted to state something you may or may not have realized. When you go to a certain, when you have an issue and you go to, whatever the recommended drug would be, you're making these drug companies rich. I mean, in certain countries, it doesn't matter what you get, whether it's Viagra, whether it's something for, fibromyalgia, whatever it is, and I saw a Netflix special about this, a movie, and it was like I forget what the name of it was, but basically he was asking all these drugs and how many. Okay, what if I get 20? What if I get 100? There's some bills that are $20 a pill or more. I'm sorry, there's a moth here. So, um, they're making a killing, and my point is, would you rather make the drug, and like I said, cure one thing or cure many different things? Look at all these things, and there's more that CBD does. But you're keeping it in your community. Like if I buy it from you, I'm not making the drug companies money. I'm making you money, and then I'm bringing people. And then once I come in, I'm bringing people in and helping them, and they can make money. It's all in our community rather than making the companies, drug companies rich.
Yeah.
And that's very important. If I find a cable opportunity and I say, hey, this cable, hey Benny, do you have cable? Why don't you join the? Don't you come to the Spectrum? You don't make anything from that.
Yeah.
The people share things all the time. They see a movie like It, Chapter 2. It was a good movie. I watched it. If I tell somebody, or if for instance, Popeyes in churches are really important, are really popular right now. That's free advertising for these companies.
Yeah.
You are networking, but you don't realize it, and you're not making a dime for it.
Yep, and so many people say that they don't know how to do network marketing, that they're so scared to do network marketing. But like JJ saying, you do it every day of your life and you do not make one penny from doing it.
You're wearing a shirt with a Nike logo. You're promoting their brand.
Yep. And so many people, they waste their time on social media and they're not making a dime from it, and they're making these people rich. So it's like, why not use social media to financially make your family money, residual income? And like JJ was saying, find a way to make money while you're sleeping. It's so much that you can set up with the autoresponder from the Conversion Pros and be getting people looking at your business while you're sleeping. You can set up text messages for people that's around the world while you're sleeping.
Yep. If I send, I still get emails from you to this day. And then you're not spending the time. You already set that up a long time ago. These emails come every certain amount of days. And you set it up one time and it's done for you, for everybody. It doesn't matter if they came in on day, they came on day 8, they came in on day 35, 100. They start at number 1, So somebody could be on the 10th email, be on the first email. And these are all done one time and it's done for you and you don't have to worry about it. Autoresponder is very important.
To help you in your network marketing career.
Automation, very important. And that's what this is, automation.
Yep. It's I can't not help people start off their network marketing career on the right foot. It's I refuse to hinder myself. I refuse to hinder my family. I refuse to hinder JJ's family. I refuse to hinder anyone who comes and works with us from this day forward without sharing the necessary tools needed to get the type of results that you want and need in your marketing career.
Can I add something?
Mm-hmm.
Just saying what, because you gave me an idea, and if I don't say it, I'll forget, because I don't get the good sleep that most of us are used to, the REM sleep. But and I forgot what I was gonna say already. Go ahead, and I'm sure I'll remember.
Yeah, it's what JJ is saying. I've suffered with that since 2007. I will walk into a room and just forget why I was there, because I have not been putting my health first in such a long time. I have not been putting in the needed nutrients and vitamins that we're supposed to be putting into our bodies every single day.
Most companies, I remember what I said, most companies hide, for whatever reason, how they're making this money. They don't tell you. They say, could join this company, but they don't tell you how they made the money, like a company like this, the Conversion Pros, or is how they might promote their CBD business, how they're making the money. They don't tell you how to do it. They keep the secrets to themselves. If you're only 2% of people make money, because a lot of network marketers don't tell how many years they struggled, how many what it took to get to where they are, and they hide things like the Conversion Pros, and it's a necessary part of the system. We're showing you how to promote your business that can help your health and help your friend's health. Help might save a life. Rather than create like 10 different issues from one drug. Imagine if you're taking 5 drugs, how many different issues you're creating, instead of taking something that's healthy and can take care of multiple issues at the same time. I mean, so many things I have. I have IBS issues with IBS. I don't like telling people because it's very embarrassing. I have sleep apnea. I don't sleep well. So imagine since 2008, that's 11 years I haven't slept one good night. And people just say, oh, get a CPAP. Well, you can't get a CPAP if you don't have insurance. And I just recently got one, and it's still an issue. It feels good to take it on, but it's also a lot of air. And sometimes in the middle of the night, I just throw it up. I'm not used to so much air. It's not just a simple solution. But if you could take this, it says it helps you sleep. Take the tea, or what, for example, drink the tea and sleep, soundly. If you don't get the REM sleep, you don't feel like, imagine wake up and you're cranky and you didn't sleep well. Imagine doing that for years and years, and there's nothing you can do, and you're at wit's end. And any night I go to sleep without my mask, and I didn't have it for 11 years, I could die. That's reality, because I don't sleep well. And not only that, but there's so many issues that are created just from not being able to sleep. And there's an insane amount of things. You wake up. The sleep helps you not feel pain. If you ever wake up and you're really tired and your body feels really bad, in the morning you feel really good. You rested your body, you feel really good. But if you didn't get that REM sleep, you don't feel good anymore. You don't get that. You still feel. I mean, I have bags under my eyes.
Yeah. I used to go like 1, 2, 3, 4 days without sleeping. And when you go through that, your body is in agonizing pain. It causes so much more stress and debilitating pain and so many more issues like brain fog and IBS symptoms and inflammation in your body that is just horrible. Like, I do not wish what I've been through on my worst enemy. And like my sister, she suffers through like sleep apnea. It's a scary thing because like people go through parts where they're not able to breathe. It's scary. And so like when people are able to try something that's all natural, I'd rather go out there and push that as much as possible and share it with as many people as I possibly can to share something that's natural to them than pushing a pharmaceutical company that, like, JJ was saying, there's so many more exceptions.
It even says it relieves insomnia. So people that late knowing they try to get to sleep and can't sleep, their mind's going 1,000,000 miles an hour, and they're trying to do everything they can. This simple tea can help you not just restless leg syndrome. People that there's so many issues that this can help you with, and insomnia is one of them. You got to go to sleep. You work in the morning, but you're sitting up for hours and hours trying to get to sleep, and you can't. It helps that as well.
Yep. It's so annoying. I've suffered with it so long. It's an annoying thing to know that you want to go to sleep. You know you need to go to sleep, but it's impossible. It's like nothing works other than putting something that's toxic from a drug company into your body. And like I have to continuously, state that this is no medical claims. But
and possibly get addicted to it as well.
Yep,
you could possibly get addicted to that drug, And so now you're addicted to a drug that's costing you, even with insurance, sometimes just to get the drug you need, it's, $10 copay, each time, And if you don't have insurance, you're screwed.
Yep. And it's like, it's so much cheaper for me to go out there and take a pharmaceutical product than it is to put in the necessary work to take something that's all natural. But I'd rather put in the work to be able to put something that's all natural into my body and my daughter's body than to sit back there and get a cheaper product and put something that's toxic into my body and my child's body. Because it doesn't pay for me to be lazy and just accept something because it costs less because of my financial, standing. I'd rather just go out there and put in a little bit of work and sharing these amazing products or sharing these necessary tools with network marketers and people around the world that needs these products. There's too many people suffering with horrible health. And it's like, I've made really good money in my network marketing career. JJ's made really good money in his network marketing career, but we have been suffering with really bad illnesses where the money has not been enjoyable at times. So it's like I'd rather be back healthy, working a little bit harder, and be able to enjoy the money with my daughter and myself, being, pain-free and so much healthier.
Yeah.
So
just having IBS, it's very embarrassing not being able to, for example, go to a restaurant and I got to go. I've even had issues where I had to, before I had a surgery in 2008. I had to go to, like, 'cause I would say, you guys stay in here and finish your meal, and I'll be in the car, and I would throw up outside the car from just eating. Not to mention, worrying about actually having an accident so there's times where I can't go to certain places, depending on how long it is, depending on, how many, what day it is. There's times where I can't go to, to a party or out to a movie with my wife and son, or, because I'm worried that I'm going to have an accident. It's like, it's embarrassing, and there's nothing I can do about it.
I've had an auntie, I've had a really close friend, I've had you, I've had my dad that suffered through it, and it's horrible. It's like, I feel so blessed to be able to share something that's natural with people so they do not have to go through the years of suffering like I've had to go through. My family members had to go through. JJ's had to go through. And me and JJ know so many people that's suffering with these illnesses that we cannot wait to just keep on sharing this information with those so that everyone can have a better quality of health and, wealth. like I'm so excited about my future and working with JJ and working with so many amazing people that we know that's suffering right now. I'm so excited for the weeks to come and the months to come. So, JJ, do you want to add anything else?
No, I just want to say that I reiterate something I said earlier. You know, it's there is a nobody. Well, very few. I would say maybe 1% of all the people making money online, or even making money offline, just woke up one day and said, I'm gonna build a business. Whether it's online or offline, whether it's a brick and mortar or it's online, nobody just said I'm gonna make a bit and just succeeded from day one. Usually, most businesses that are brick and mortars lose money in their first year. Um, and not only that, but I need to state something that's also that a lot of people don't talk about, because it's not right to not to share information, and mislead people. A lot of people are looking for a free business, but free doesn't make, if no money is exchanged, you can't make any money. If I give you a Whopper for free, I'm losing money. Money has to be exchanged to make money. These big companies that say you can make money for free, they're getting free advertising. They don't care about all the millions that are advertising this business thinking money, because they're getting millions of hits. If they got 10 million people, they're making hundreds of millions hits a day to their website. And especially if people post the link and don't mystery going of what they're promoting, and they talk about the business and have a picture that says the name of the business, you're sending people, and this is helping if you listen to this. If I say go to, I don't know, abracadabra.org, okay, and everybody else is posting the same, you're all going to abracadabra, with their affiliate link and of hits per day, instead of just keeping it to your just creating curiosity. But it's sad because a lot of people that are
Okay, hold on. Okay, it's muted for some reason. Okay, hold on. It's muted for some reason. Okay. Is your, can you hear me? Yeah. It's not, you're muted for some reason. I don't know why it's muted. Okay.
So one thing I wanted to say about Betony, and I want to reiterate this, is she is a caring individual, and she probably doesn't know this. I don't think I've ever even told her, but I was watching Betty Garner and paying attention to Betty Garner before we even started talking. I saw what she was doing. I saw her videos. I was on, checking out her YouTube videos. They call that attraction marketing. I was actually attracted to Betony as a person before we even ever talked. And that's a part of importance of putting yourself out there. Because if you don't put yourself out there, you can't attract people. And another thing is, and I would be remiss if I didn't tell you again, I believe in being honest and upfront. Um, it's very important to be different than everybody else, not to just share the same links. And, for example, if I'm trying to send you to abracadabra.com, and it's a free business, for example, okay, and I think I'm going to make money for free, which is usually um, a bunch of baloney, to put it in a nice way. Because if I give you, as an example, if I'm working at Burger King and I give you a free hamburger, no money is exchanged. The money, there's no way to make money. If I give you a free hamburger, you didn't give me any money, and I didn't put any money in my register. There's no way to make money for free. Usually, but those companies that are saying that, they're getting free advertising though, and only 2% of the people, like I said, in network marketing or make money. It's very important to differentiate yourself and to do things that other people aren't willing to do. Put in the work, and also, like I said, and we didn't just show one company in front of you. We showed two. Um, we believe in this company, but how are you going to get the traffic to them? How are you going to follow up with these people manually? It would take 10, 20 times more work. You have no automation. Once they visit your website and they fill out a form, your autoresponder starts kicking in if you come to the Conversion Pros. That means you have their email address, you have their name, you have the phone number, whatever you include in your funnel or your page. And people say, "Oh, I can't make a landing page." These are drag and drop. It's very simple. And you can already there's pre-made landing pages too.
Yep.
We're giving you the tools to differentiate yourself. And you don't even have to use a second business. You could just use that business for whatever business you're in. You don't have to come to, if you're in the conversion, if you join us in the Conversion Pros, it doesn't matter what your primary business is. If you don't have all these tools that come with the Conversion Pros, and maybe you do have some of them, maybe you have all of them. Maybe you're paying $100 for ClickFunnels, $20 for an autoresponder. You paid, I don't know, this and this and this, and you're paying an arm and leg for all these pieces where you can get it in one place. We're not just showing you, come join this health and wellness company that'll help improve your life, possibly, and be able to make money with it. We're also showing you how to get the eyeballs. Traffic is the main thing, and just automating making it. If you're just one person, or even if you're a few, automation is so important because it is what the people that are making money do. They're not spending. You see them go. They're going on these, fantastic vacations. Possibly. How do you think they're running their company from a cell phone in Belize?
Yep.
And now you're muted. Yeah, they're not. They're not. They only spend 30 minutes a day because all these tools are working for them. And we're showing you, how to do what the other people are doing and the key is to not only find the right company, but to have, the tools to get people, to do what everybody else is doing. What the group people that are making money, how are they doing it? It's not this company. They can make money in other companies, but to duplicate their success, you have to be doing what they're doing.
Exactly. And there's so many people who they just throw throw people into companies and do not share with them how they're getting the results. And it's just like, it's so detrimental to people. Like, I've had so many companies that I've been a part of where it's hundreds of people that's making 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 figures in a company that just throw people into a company and could care less about sharing with them the tools that they use to get the results. And so I've always shared with people like what I have spent so much money on. I have provided so much wealth of information, and it's been a small percentage of people that has taken advantage of the tools that I have shared with people with for free. Like, I know so many other companies that just give you one of these things and you could use it for free, and people don't even take advantage of that.
That's sad. But that's the thing, you care, and that's what attracted me to you and sets you apart from most of the people that are sharks in this industry that will lie to you, that will keep information from you, that you're just a number to them. They're not a name, you don't know you. They don't care about you. They, it's going to just they're just a means to an end. They, you're just one of the 1,000 people in their business. You know what I mean? But you care about people, and I could tell that from just watching your videos. And like I said, I knew you from a company. I saw you, on the leaderboard, and I took the initiative to see if you were on YouTube, to see if you were on Facebook and stuff like that. And so I was following you before we even met. And had you not put yourself on video, and not put yourself out there in something, do you think anybody that gets behind a camera in any situation was comfortable from day one? No, even comedians, they were practicing their craft in school before they even became a comedian. In it, he was telling Richie telling his jokes to his friends. It's a bit. But I'm sure his first time, or anybody's first time as a news anchorman or whatever, they're nervous, even though they practiced. The first time you get, that's what stage fright is. It's a fear, but the more you do something, the more natural it is. I used to spice it, and Betty knows this. I didn't want to do video.
Yeah, but I kept on pushing them, and I kept on pushing them, and I kept on pushing them.
Do you have to pull my leg down?
Loaded.
Do you have to pull my arm and beg me to do video anymore?
Nope, because you know that you're making your money. And so many people have been attracted to JJ. It's like, I know attraction marketing works because people join people. They feel so much more comfortable with whipping out that credit card and joining a company because you're a real person. They're not just joining an autoresponder.
And another thing that what you were saying is, you don't even have to show your face. If they just hear your voice, people are attracted to that as well. You don't even have to show your face if you're really not comfortable showing your face. I mean, I'm not a super model 10, the 10 on the 10, I'm not anybody special, like I said, I got bags under my eyes. I mean, and I'm trying to lose weight from better my health, and I have. I was 35 pounds before I had my operation, and I've lost about 10 pounds since. But I have a long ways to go. But do you think I want to be behind a camera if I didn't see the benefit in it? But you don't have. My point is, you don't have to. There's so many people on YouTube that they don't show their face for years and years and still have a huge following.
Yep.
They're still putting themselves out there.
Because they know that you're a person. You're just not a computer. You're not just a company website. You're a real person that's putting yourself out there. not just hiding behind a company website. And it's like so many people like, how do you get your results? I provide people with a yellow brick road on how I get my results. Anyone who comes and join with me, ever since I've gotten with my first mentor that showed me video marketing, that showed me attraction marketing, I give all of my information because I suffered with horrible uplines when I first came into network marketing, who just threw me into a business. They sweet talked me in and then just dropped me once I was in with them. And then they told me to Google it. Even though Google became my best friend in network marketing, but I had to learn the hard way until I found my really good mentor that showed me video marketing, that showed me attraction marketing, and I have been making money ever since. Anytime I put in the work and do my attraction marketing, do everything that my first real mentor showed me, I make a really good income.
Here's the thing with Google and YouTube, and a lot of people don't understand. They stay on Facebook, and we're giving you tidbits of information that you can benefit from, whether you follow us or not. If you just watch this video, if you go to YouTube and you put a video up there, or you put a website on Google. Now, if you put a video, you get Google and YouTube are synonymous. They're the same company. You're getting traffic for years and years. You might have somebody ask you about this business that you made a video from 5 or 6 years ago. You're still getting traffic. You're still getting eyeballs. The more videos you make, the more traffic you get. But however, if you put something on Facebook, it's buried within days. It may be even a day. It may not even get seen by people depending on their algorithm. You may not even see my post.
Yep.
Unless you go to my page. But with Google and YouTube, if you put yourself out there, you could get traffic for years and years, and it's free traffic.
It's crazy. Like when my daughter was in the hospital, and I think it was like April, I had made like a video back in either 2014 or 15, and I made some money off of a company that I did a video on YouTube, which I really needed the money at the time. But because I put myself out there, I made some income to buy some needed medication for my daughter in April 2019 from a video years ago.
That's the thing. You can I like that analogy you said, the yellow brick road. Even if you get to follow the yellow brick road, obviously that's the Wizard of Oz, okay, or the Wiz if you watched this parody. But I did when I was very young. But if you follow the yellow brick road, you get to where you're going. The palace, the Crystal Palace, or whatever it is, where the wizard is. But when they went away from the yellow brick road, if they don't follow all the training you have in your groups or whatever, if they don't follow the yellow brick road, if they don't follow what the person that made the money is showing them for free how to do, and you go off and you say, oh, look at this, another shiny quarter, look, this other business, or don't follow the training, don't do what you're doing, they're not going to see the same results. If they go off the yellow brick road, that's where the witches' minions were, what they called the little creatures that you had, the flying monkeys, the blind monkeys. That's where you get yourself. You're trying, for whatever reason, if you get distracted and go the other way, you're not going to see the same results. If you're not doing what you're doing, if I didn't eventually start doing what you're doing, I'd still be as lost and never made money online before, And for so many reasons, I'm sure there's so many people that have broken your heart, not following what you did, and then come back to you and say, oh, this person is a scam. No. In fact, no. And here's another thing. Let's say you sent me this site, the Conversion Pros, and I Googled it and happened to come up with scam. And I've had people come up to me and say, it's a scam. And I say, oh, really? Where'd you get that from? And they showed me this video. And I said, did you watch it? I watch it. I've already seen it before. I'll watch it myself. And I'll come back to them and I'll say, did you watch the video? They're like, no, it's a scam. I said, watch the video and then come back to me later. And they're like, oh, it's not a scam. That person, and I said, yeah. And if you look, that person's, the comment, the information section, they're actually promoting with their affiliate link. Scam is something somebody might Google. Is CBD oil fake, or CBD oil scam, or is this company a scam? That's what they're Googling, so that's what comes up in the search results. But people don't follow through, and then they, if you don't, how could you assume a video, a business is a scam without watching the video?
Yeah,
but some people are so lazy. It's sad,
Yep, that's one of the things I've learned about video marketing. That's one of the tricks that people use to drive traffic. Because people rather hear negative information about things than taking the time, doing their research, talking to the person who, gave them the information. They rather listen to negative energy and fake traffic, pushers, because people know, negativity loves company. And so it's a traffic trick that network marketers that don't care about people, they use it to promote their company as a traffic trick to people. It's a waste of time, but those people know it's a really negative, easy way to get traffic.
Yep, that's a keyword. It's just it's a negative keyword, but that's so it can get positive results. My point is, would you rather follow somebody that you're just a number to, or would you rather get with a person that cares about you, that thinks of you as a person that wants to see you succeed? And that's why I was attracted to you, and that's what I want to be for people too. I've always wanted to help people. That's one of the main reasons I'm in this. It's not just is to do things, even though I'm not as comfortable as I want to be. I want to generally help people. I want to be able to not just help my family, but help others avoid the problems that I had. And that's what attracted me to you, because I see so many sharks, and I wanted to find somebody that really cared about me, and that's what I was looking for. And that's why I was attracted to you, because you can see in your eyes when you're talking about things, and when you're talking about people that have left you, trying to chase this or that, and they were actually on their way to actually start making money. Instead, they're putting $100 here, $200 here, $300 here, and they're not going anywhere. But they're using they're using the tools, they're putting themselves on video when you were the one that actually started showing them that stuff for free, because they joined one of your companies. You're showing all the wealthy, the years, things you paid thousands of dollars for, But I could tell in your eyes, that's what attraction marketing is about. Listening to a person and seeing, and hopefully also seeing them and saying, this person is different. For whatever reason it is, this person, whether you see their success or whether you see they care, whatever you're looking for, that's what you're attracted to. Is that person is attracting you for some reason. Mine was, I'm tired of all the baloney out there and all the numbers out there. Just because a person shows a shiny, the newest Lexus or whatever it might be, or Lamborghini doesn't mean they didn't just rent it. Just because they flashed it in cash doesn't mean they took out a $10,000 loan or just $10,000 out of the bank and just sort of. I've seen so many people they flash cash on a group, and they're like, if I didn't tell you anything, they just show made today. But where's the proof? It's sad.
Exactly.
But my point is you care, and that's what I care about.
And it's really, really sad. I've worked with several people who have done that type of marketing where they have stolen so many people that I have worked with because people are attracted to cash being flashed, and they think that they're going to make that type of money by leaving a single parent and going and working with those people. But they have no idea how those people are going to like nickel and dime them to death.
And here's the thing. Betony Garner is not only she a real person, but she has built some of those people's downlines. She was their main cog and built their downlines to enable them to make so much money. They were
much money. So much money. And they've taken so many people that I have educated because they know Betony is going to educate people. Betony is going to train people. Betony is going to put in the work to make sure that these people know what they need to do. And they scroll my timeline and they look at the people who are doing the things that I teach people. And so many of them have just been, unfortunately, sucked in by their flashy means of marketing. And it's like I feel so sad for them because so many of them come right back to me because they've had so much money just thrown away. And it's like I have a forgiving spirit because, Jesus forgives me every single day. And I'd rather people, if they're willing to put in the work and start to really care about me and care about the fact that I'm a single parent and put in the work, and they care about the fact that I have a daughter that I need to take care of. So many people have turned around and started to put in the work. And I really honestly care about those people because I don't want them out there getting used, because those people are just users and they're just a number to people. And if people follow my training, follow JJ's training, because I've provided everything that I have access to. JJ has done such an amazing transformation in his network marketing career. Even earlier today, I tell him I'm so proud of how far he has become. He's done such an amazing job in his career. And so no matter who you join on my team, you're going to be working with amazing people. And even if you don't go out there and join those flashy people, you're going to have people who care about you and share with you the necessary tools to get the results that you want in your career, because I refuse to work with anybody else for the rest of my career who does not want to put in the work and use the tools that I have access to, that JJ has access to, that is going to get the type of results that I need for the rest of my career.
Here's the thing. Betony has given, sorry to cut you off, Betony. Betony has given so much free signups away, things that have been on her direct downline to other people. And that's what she's referring to. You may misunderstand her, but if you know the person and you know her history, what she's trying to explain is she had a rotator, and she's had rotators for all her companies, and she's giving money away to other people to try to give them the results. And she could have made so much more money had she not had that rotator. You know what I mean? Had she not given away that, had she, tried to nickel and dime people, but she's not about that. What she's trying to say is she could have made so much more money, like, all these sharks out there, but she, unlike others, she cares about people. She's not just trying to get 1,000 people under her. She wants to make sure everybody else is taken care of too, She doesn't want 1,000 people on her direct downline. She's trying to make other people have people under their downline so they can make money too.
Yep.
And so everybody eats.
I've had so many uplines of mine that's like been so mad at me because I've helped out so many people in my downline, which they could see that they were just, using me. But it's like my heart is way too big. It's way too big. But it's like I know now that I have to take care of my baby girl. I have to put my family first. And so now I'm going to stress the tools that people need to get the type of results. And those people that I see putting forth the effort, like JJ and some amazing people that we know that we've worked with in these last few years, I will help those people because I know they're going to put in the works. And so if I see people laying the foundation on my team, I'm going to push myself and help those people because they deserve my help.
You can't just expect and I'm sorry that this is long, but this is really important, and hopefully this helps you whether or not you follow us or not, So I apologize for the length, but it's very, you can't just expect that you're just going to get traffic just because you happen to come under Betony Garner. It's not fair. It's not fair. She was working her butt off, making phone calls, getting all this traffic, reaching out to people that she talked to years and years ago, bringing all this thing so she could get you a sign up, so she can make you money, but you're not doing anything. You're sitting on your butt and just expecting traffic, and you're not trying to get your own people. It's not fair. Yeah. It's not fair. How would you feel if somebody was doing that to you? That's my,
Yeah. And so that's why I'm so excited from like this day forward, because I refuse to be the person that I've been before. There's a transformation in me that I know I have to take care of myself first. Like if you've been on an airplane before, they have told you that you're supposed to secure yourself before you can be able to save anyone else. And I haven't done that in my career. I've tried to save so many people, and I've hindered myself where I'm so emotionally devastated. And I should not have been through what I've been through in this past year and struggling to take care of my daughter. Like I should be like a 6, 7, 8-figure earner from how much work I have put. It's like I've given so much away that I didn't take care of myself. I didn't take care of my family. And so I have to take care of my family first. I have to take care of Betony first. Otherwise, I'm not doing anyone else any justice.
One of her companies, I'm not going to name it by name, but I know the name. And I'm sure it's been more than one company, was in pre-launch, and she was giving hits away, and she was giving traffic away, and people sign-ups, and she hadn't made a dime yet. Yeah. But she was already had them on her rotator, before they even paid anything.
Yeah, but there's so many people who didn't even follow up with those people.
That's a thing,
It was throwing money in the garbage. This is a single parent with a brain tumor and fibromyalgia that people were just throwing my hard work of amazing leads. I had some amazing people on my team from that company. If the company had did right by me, my whole team would have been making a lot of money. Till this day. a crooked, CEO who didn't see the vision that he should have. It was so much money just thrown away unnecessarily. But because, me and JJ, our hearts are pure, and people know that our hearts are pure and we honestly care about people, me and JJ and whoever comes and works with us from this day forward, they're going to be getting some amazing results. Because it's like, I'm so thankful that JJ is still in my life, because he's helped me get through this hardest years of my career and in my personal life, that from this day forward, whoever comes and works with us, it's like we're going to be taking the time to make sure that we're getting with solid companies that's going to have good.
That's the thing. If you do your own research, go Google how long. I don't even know, but Conversion Post was around when I first came into the industry about 5 or 6 years ago.
Yep.
And how long were you? I mean, it's not a fly-by-night company. How many companies they're out there in pre-launch that never that basically they make their money and then they go and they rename themselves and take their website down. They just take off with people's cash, and they never amount to anything. Go do your research on how long the Conversion Pros. I don't even know, but I know it's been around for at least 5 or 6 years, and it's made tons of 6 and 7 figure earners. It's not going anywhere. Not only all the tools that they have, but it's not going anywhere. You can know and feel safe once you do your research, that's going to be here for another decade or two, because it's already shown the results. That's the type of companies I want to be with, Yep. You don't know if this company's going to, and the CEO is legitimate. They're not only making people money and giving people so much value, but they're also adding, like she was saying, like Betony was saying, adding to what they have. They're, it's like, a cable company not charging you the same amount, and we know that doesn't happen, adding all these channels, and every year they're not charging you any more. It's still $50 a month. It's been $50 a month for years and years and years. But yet they're adding this tool and that tool and another tool. They're adding value to what they already have.
Yeah.
They're also giving free trials, and most companies aren't doing that. They're actually putting their money where their mouth is and saying, hey, come here for a week and we'll show you why you should stay for free. No risk involved. Put your credit card away. You know what I mean? You can cancel at any time, and just try it out and see what we have. Actually do the work, sign up and actually look at what's under the hood and see what's in the back office and see what we can do for you and how we can get, eyeballs on your whatever opportunity you have.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't matter what business you're in. You can just use the Conversion Pros and help get conversions in any company that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you just want to use Conversion Pros. There's so many people who just use Conversion Pros and make, 3, 4, 5, 6 figures just using that.
You even gave people an idea of how you could build landing pages as an additional stream of income for a company or for a person, and make even more money. Yep. And that's something you gave for free. I took the information. People may just pass it over. You can rewind. You gave people, another idea how to make money. And these are. There is no. They have videos showing you how to do these things. Not only they drag and drop, but they also have so many videos showing you how to do this and that. That's why I believe still have weekly webinars to this day that they've had for years and years, showing you the extra stuff they have. They're continuing adding value. It's an amazing company, and the fact that they charge the same amount that they did years and years ago is unheard of. It's not going anywhere. This company is only going to get bigger.
And the CEO. The CEO of the Conversion Pros, he's so real. He's so approachable. It's like, I am not the most technical person in the world. And so he was at a party, like a gathering, and I reached out to him, and He helped me a little bit while he was at the party. And
Wow.
once he got home, or I don't know if it was like the next business day or whatever, he took the time to help me make my funnel even better.
Wow.
What rich person, what CEO does that? I've had
No,
no
very few.
other
Yeah.
one to do that.
No, I don't know anybody.
He's so real, and he's approachable, and he wants people to succeed in their career. He got on me like, why are you not using this more? You know, I'm like, I know I should be using it. But it's like, that's why I know now I have to do people justice and push this more, because I know that it's something that people need in their career to get the long-term results that they need. And no matter what company you're in, you're going to need to build your list. It's so important for your career.
If you have a person's email address, and better yet, you have a person's number and name, doesn't matter if they stop using Facebook. You actually still can reach out to them on the phone.
Yep.
You know, and you know their name. You don't just have an email address. You know their name, and that's one more thing. If you join a business and you don't use real information, how can they contact you? But the person knows you know their name, you know their email address, you know their phone number, that you can reach out to them via text, whatever it might be, and that's so valuable. Not only the fact that you're sending them emails that you wrote years ago, one time, but you can follow up with them. You have, no matter what. If they move to a different address, you still have their email address. I mean, it seems simple, but it's not. It can be simple, but you have to actually, you have to actually say, why am I not getting results? What am I missing? What am I missing? The conversion part is what you're missing, and also promote, not only just promoting something you that looks like there might be money. Why are you, if you have issues, physical, mental issues, and you can't sleep, if you have fibromyalgia, whatever it might be, not only might they need those tools, but wouldn't you rather promote something and actually help people, and also hopefully help yourself as well? Would you promote even if people are paying you a lot of money? Would you want to promote a Whopper if you prefer the Big Mac, for example? And those are bad analogies, because that's not good food for you. But would you promote Coke if you prefer, and that be your job, if you prefer Pepsi? You might, but it would feel a lot better to promote something you believe in and you believe it can help people. Do your own research on CBD. You can go right to YouTube, you can go to Google and see how many people it's helped. Whether you believe us or not, you can actually see how many people it's helped. Man, they even have CBD for animals. I know there's a lot of pet lovers out there. They even have CBD for dogs and as dogs. They can help them with issues they're having. It's an amazing thing that's been around for thousands of years. It's from the earth.
It's not the part of the cannabis that makes people high. It's the part of the cannabis that helps with so many different ailments in people. That's what, like, so many people are confused on that information. They think it's part of the cannabis that makes them high, and they're going to be like a drug addict and out of it. It's not. There's so many different strands out there that people, it's just because they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the education. But I'd rather share with people the education, and they do not have to suffer like I did for so long just because I didn't have access to the information.
Then there's so many different kinds of CBD. This one, like you said, you could take there's teas that'll help you. But like even the CBD oil that they have, do you know you don't have to smoke a joint or a blunt or whatever? You can actually take this little teaspoon, this eyedropper or whatever they call it, put it in a little thing, put it on your tongue, and you're done. That's it. You keep it on your tongue for a minute, and you're done. It doesn't take no time out of your life. You know what I mean? It's so quick, and it can change your whole life. It could.
Yeah. It's like, even if you're not a tea drinker, take a sip of it, put the rest in the refrigerator, come back to it. Take another sip during the day, and come back to it. But you can even add organic honey to it, and to me, it tastes really, really good. And like I said, it made me feel like a totally my age. I felt like I was, back in my 30s at the time, instead of feeling like a 60-year-old, 70-year-old, 80-year-old at 30 years old. And even people who are in their 40s now, like I'm in my 40s, in their 50s and 60s, they feel like they did in their 30s, because they're not suffering with depression, they're not suffering with IBS, they're not suffering with anxiety. They're getting that REM sleep. They're not suffering with anxiety. It's helped people to get over being a drug, addicted to drugs even. There's been so many things that it has helped people get over, and I have to keep on saying that this is, no medical claims, but we have groups of testimonies after testimonies after testimonies. That so many people have gotten amazing results, where they have just suffered like I did, suffered like JJ has for years and years and years. And they've taken CBD into their life, and it's made a world of difference in their pain and their suffering. Okay. You want to say anything before we close out, JJ?
No, I just want to just apologize really quick for how long this was, but hopefully you did get some value out of it and understand that we are carrying people that are different from most of the people out here that may not care whether you make a dime, but are making so much money from you. So hopefully you did get some value out of it, and just reach out to one of us or one of our team, and hopefully we can help you change your situation and your life.
Yep, and you'll be hearing from me and JJ more and more and more, and every single week and every single month, because I'm going to be feeling better and he's going to be feeling better, and so we'll be able to share more and more information with people. So we look forward to talking with everyone very, very soon. Bye.